Hi, my name is Jean. Today I want to share the different stages of my life. I was born in 2013, so I'm 13 years old now. There have been so many memorable moments in my life, and in this video, I'll share each of them with you. First, I want to share some photos of when I was a baby. Back then, I was an only child. I don't actually remember anything from that time, but one thing I do know is that my parents loved me so much and always took great care of me. I feel so blessed to have been born into such a loving family. Then I got a little brother named Ben. He was born in 2014, so he's 12 years old now. He and I were very peaceful and sweet at that time, but not now. He was cute and quiet, and he didn't argue with me back then, so I would take care of him. I'm not saying that we always fight against each other now. We're just like friends, not just brother and sister anymore. That year was my first time taking an airplane because of my aunt and uncle's wedding, which was located on Bali Island. But the most special thing is that my brother didn't come with us because he was too young then. I was 3 and he was only 2, so both of us don't even remember it. Also, that's the only year that I could stay at home all day long. Because that was the time I started to go to the kindergarten. I refused to go at first because I didn't want to leave home. At that time, I felt afraid and lonely. But this changed after I went there for a few weeks. My kindergarten was actually great. It provided a lot of interesting activities for us. For example, our teachers played some games with us, and they even taught us how to make waffles. As time went by, I didn't refuse it anymore, and I began to look forward to going there. The best part is that both of my teachers were great and took care of us patiently. Even now, when I'm 13 years old, I still go back to my kindergarten to visit them. That year, a huge change happened in my life. My grandmother accidentally found out that I had amblyopia in my left eye. That's a condition where the brain and the eye don't work together properly, which causes vision problems. Because of that, I had to wear glasses with a patch over my right eye to block its sight, forcing my left eye's visual system to develop normally. Luckily, my grandmother caught it early. Thanks to the treatment, my vision is now almost the same as a normal person's. That same year, my parents also took us to a special place called Baby Boss. My brother and I got to role play different professions, and it became one of my favorite places back then. My journey hasn't been completely smooth though. That year, my dad was giving me a ride on his bicycle when my foot accidentally got caught and cut by the bike gears. I couldn't walk for a few months, which was the first time I realized how important it is to be careful and avoid danger. Fortunately, after a long healing process, I could walk normally again. To celebrate, my family, along with my mom's friends and her family, went to an aquarium. We even got to sleep over while sharks swam around all around us. I was so excited. Bad things really do come in threes. After I hurt my foot, my eyes were in trouble again. I suffered from inward growing eyelashes that kept poking into my eyes, which could have caused vision impairment. I ended up in the hospital for surgery to correct the way my eyelashes grew, and it left a scar that is still visible today. After that, we took a winter trip to Singapore, but it was still incredibly hot there. Since it's located right on the equator, it stays warm all year round. Finally, I graduated from kindergarten and started my exciting new chapter in elementary school. At the beginning of that year, we went to Holland and went tubing on the river. But the most memorable part was when my dad drove the wrong way, which made us late for the activity. After that, we went to He Mountain. It was a tough hike for my brother and me back then, but it was also super exciting and challenging. Lastly, we visited Sun Moon Lake, where we had a blast playing with stand-up paddle boards, or SUP. That year, we also hiked Hualien Mountain, which was another brutal journey. I actually ended up screaming on the mountain because I was so exhausted. On the way back, we slept the entire ride home, but our freedom didn't last long. Soon, we couldn't go out at all because of the COVID-19 outbreak. We were stuck at home doing nothing. Although staying at home was boring, it was definitely one of the most unique experiences of my life. That year, we were finally allowed to go out again. I joined an indoor rock climbing winter camp, but I didn't really like it because of my fear of heights. However, this experience taught me a valuable lesson. As I grow up, I will have to face many things I don't want to do, and I need to learn how to overcome them. Later, we went back to Salmon Lake, but this time for rafting, which was another new adventure for me. We also went camping in the mountains and truly experienced the beauty of nature. Lastly, we climbed Hehuan Mountain again, but took a much harder route. To me, that was a major milestone of my growth. At the beginning of that year, we stayed at a guest house in Yilan. This time, it wasn't just my immediate family. We went with our huge extended family of about 30 people. After that, I played in my first volleyball competition. Our team was all fourth graders, but we challenged a tournament against fifth graders. Even though we didn't win first place, it was still one of my best memories. Later, we took a trip to Disneyland in Japan and had an absolute blast. Lastly, we visited Shicho Monster Village with our grandparents. We even tried an escape room there, and because we beat it on time together, we earned a small prize. That year, we also traveled to Thailand. The weather there was extremely hot and humid, which wasn't very comfortable. However, the hotels were huge and affordable. Our Swiss living room was almost the size of our entire house. After that, we went to Australia with my grandparents and my uncle's family. It was nicely cool and pleasant there, but the distance between each side was so long that we spent a lot of time on the road. Lastly, we visited Penghu with my brother's baseball team. They went there for a tournament, while my parents and I tagged along to join a ton of fun water activities. That year, we traveled to Palau, where we got to experience a famous milk lake. We saw so many sea creatures in all kinds of beautiful, vibrant colors. After that, I finally graduated from elementary school, and my teammates and I even took a special graduation trip together. Lastly, we went to Japan for summer vacation. I've truly had so much fun this year. This year, we also went to Bali Island. It is somewhat similar to Palau, but also completely different. The most unique part was that we got to experience breathing underwater using a special helmet. Even though the helmet was quite heavy, we absolutely love it. And it's all for today. See you next time. Bye.